Coming to you from sunny California and the Great White North. Get ready. We are breaking down the obstacles on the Armchair Ninja Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Armchair Ninja Podcast. It is Saturday, August 25th, 2018. My name is Rich, and joining me once again is Bijan. How you making out?
What up, man? I'm good, but let's not bury the lead, man. Let everyone, you're listening to the next member of the Wolfpack Ninjas. Dude, you were great.
If get to that. Yeah, I knew you were going to ask me that right off the bat. So, for those that don't know, I posted a short climbing video. I went to a climbing gym last week that just opened here, and I got to tell you, I'm pretty excited to go back. I am going back again this weekend. I'm going to get a membership, and I'm all in. That's a very, very cool sport.
Dude, that is awesome, man. It's fun. I tell you, I think you were saying, like, it's one of those things where it's almost halfway a puzzle, right?
Yeah, it was. And the one that I posted, I hadn't done before that. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it or not. I wanted to kind of show just me doing the biggest one that I could see there. So I did pretty much all of the level one. So when I go back again, I'll probably do that again. I'll stick with those for now, just to get a feel for it. And obviously I got to shed some weight to be able to progress. But yeah, it's exciting. It was fun. My kid liked it. My other kids want to go. My wife wants to go. So this could be the new family thing.
Hey, that's fun, man. That's awesome. You know, it's nice to have goals, you know, especially things that are, you know, promote a healthy lifestyle. And in many ways, you know, you'll get that muscle memory. You know, you don't have to be super skinny to do this bouldering rock climbing style stuff. It's halfway mental, as you know. And the other part is really just figuring it out, getting used to it, getting comfortable. And yeah, stick with the V1s and then, you know, progress to V2s. What I always try to do is, you know, stick with the routes that I'm comfortable with, but push myself, maybe one or two routes that are new. I would suggest doing that each time, man, and you'll get more and more comfortable and you'll get a little bit more audacious, so to speak, trying some new stuff every single time. And yeah, you'll have fun.
It's a weird feeling for me. I know you get excited to go to the gym. That's how you relieve stress, and it's kind of like been a lifetime thing for you, right?
Yeah.
For me, this is a weird feeling to be excited to go exercise and to look forward to it, and to be frustrated that I haven't gotten back there yet. So I'm really excited this could be something that I could stick with and thoroughly enjoy. Like it really, really is exciting. And I have to say, anybody that's out there right now that's overweight, maybe a little older, and you think it looks intimidating, because it is intimidating if you're not into this kind of thing, go try it. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I think it's one of the more safer things to do, right? And I don't know, it's, as you said, it's fun. You can go at your own pace and basically do what you want to do. Yeah,
it's interesting that it's safer, because I've had so many people comment to me, people, you know, in my life that aren't familiar with climbing, bouldering, are messaging me going like, you weren't strapped in. Like, where was your safety harness? Where was your, like, it's bouldering. the floor is padded. It's fine.
Yeah.
And when I looked it up, because I looked up safety, it's a big concern of mine, you know, is it safe? It's safer than playing basketball or going for a run. Like, it's a pretty safe activity.
Yeah. As somebody that's played sports his entire life, it's definitely on the lower threshold of, you know, obviously if you start doing the crazy ones where, I forget the name of it, but you know, when people like jump through the air, you know, and catch, you know, some crazy rock with one arm and stuff, like that's where you can like tear a muscle, but nobody's doing that. Like only the crazy good people. Like if you're Jeff Britton or somebody like that, you're going to do that. Like no worries. Bouldering's safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's people that, you know, are doing the harder climbs, and you have to still be mindful, right? Like don't act like an idiot and fall on your head. Of course you can injure yourself. But if you are safety minded and conscious, you should be fine.
Yeah. And dyno is the word. It was so bugging me. I'm like, what is the name of that? Yeah, doing dynos. Anyways, podcasts.
Yes,
American Ninja Warrior. Let's get to it.
ANW10 Minneapolis finals. We had one new obstacle and one old one that I only vaguely remember. We had the hinge is the new one. What did you think of that one?
Visually, it's really cool. I don't know if the difficulty is all that there. I mean, it's weird, right? Because there were a lot of people that went on it. So It's hit or miss for me. But I really like it. And I think that once again, this is an obstacle that would do very, very well at a lot of ninja gyms because it's just one of those obstacles that I can very easily see people like training on pretty much for a workout. Similar to the way that the salmon ladder is almost like a pull-up, type of workout. I can see people getting really, really used to this and really enjoying the movements and the dynamics that are involved with, transferring from one little board to the other.
Yeah, one of the things that they didn't mention that I think probably added to some of the difficulty, maybe I'm wrong, but the last board was quite a bit thicker than the other ones. Ooh. So I think if you were used to grabbing the other boards and expecting that in the last one, it could really throw you off because facing it dead on, you're not going to notice that, right? You'd have to have made a mental note and remember when you jump that you've got to grip much further apart.
Wow, I didn't notice that, man. That's a very good, astute observation. So you were saying it's a wide, like, are you saying the board itself, like the small part was thicker, or are you saying like
your hand has to open much further? I would say probably twice as much than the last one by the looks of it.
Wow. Yeah, that definitely makes a difference, right? Especially if you're transitioning through the air and you basically have one chance to catch it. Yeah, I can see that making a big difference.
The other obstacle that I only vaguely remember is Iron Maiden. There was only one finisher last year, and I don't even know who it was.
Yeah, I like that obstacle, bro. Like, how do you feel about it?
It's pretty good. It's tough but fair. I don't get why the last slope is so difficult. I don't get the reason for it being the Ninja Killer portion of the obstacle. Do you know why that was tripping them up so much?
Well, I was kind of looking at it, seeing if the pegs were different or like, it was a little bit more slippery. I'd have to really take a look and seeing if the peg was smaller. But my guess is it just naturally, at that point, your hands are completely worn because you are going down a slope, right? And the key to this obstacle is the fact that the pegs that you're holding, you're not squeezing onto it like a full grab, they're open. So when you're holding onto it, it's kind of imagining like holding the soda can. So it's a much harder grip to squeeze. And they spin, which makes a big difference. It's hard to describe unless you do it, like doing any of those doorknobs or something. But when they spin, you can't just hold your body up in a stationary position. So it makes a world of difference. So with that said, going down, right, it can be troublesome as the first part. And then you kind of grab onto these handholds where it's stationary. And I have a feeling a lot of the ninjas are getting used to that. And not to mention, they're squeezing a little bit more tighter because they are the smaller pegs, which means, it's a different type of muscle group. Them going back to the part without stopping, them going back to the point where they have to do those open hand grabs again, plus with them spinning, I think that really caused a lot of grief because the key is for me that I'm seeing is most people fell when they were trying to get both hands on them. So I think that's what was tripping up a lot of people, that transition from like doing a 180 and grabbing them. And as we saw almost every time it fell, it was the left hand spinning out. So I think it was just a spin in combination of the muscle groups worn out. I love it, man. That's an obstacle I can 100% say I, in no time, will ever be able to complete. Nope.
All right, so let's take a look at some of the runs here. The first
but before we get into the runs, just thinking about runs. So this episode, man, features Joe Moravsky and Meagan Martin. And neither of them were the final runs. Like, I did not see that coming. We'll get into it later, but did that... Like, I was shocked. I was shook.
I took it as basically, oh, look, guess who gets the Palm Wonderful run tonight?
Yeah, is the fastest, right?
If you put John and Alexis last, come on. Like, obviously something's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. As soon as I saw Joe, I just assumed, oh, Meagan Martin's going to be the last one and she's going to hit the buzzer. I was fooled again.
I didn't, actually, you know what? I didn't think she was going to hit the buzzer because they weren't going on about it the way they have been in the last few episodes. They really should have stuck with that storyline of this is our last chance to have a woman finish the city finals course this season. Will she be able to do it? Blah, 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 do their whole spiel. They didn't do that. So as soon as they weren't doing that, I was like, well, I guess that's not happening this episode.
Yeah, good point, man. Good point.
But first to take the horse was Leif Sundberg, the Swedish ninja, famous for his salmon ladder tricks.
I don't know. I feel like there's like 10 ninjas at this point that are famous for the salmon ladder. Like,
Well, this guy was doing a lot of tricks, though. He wasn't just
Yeah.
doing like one or two things. He was like flying all over the thing. And then he tried to do the Wilczewski whip his way up the salmon ladder and fell. Said he had no regrets, and I don't really blame him. I think, you know what? If that's your thing and you want to be known for it, do it. Go for it. You fell, whatever. It's his first season, I think.
100% agree. If this is your thing, you have to own it. You know, go out in a blaze of glory. But once again, this is a TV show. Go for it, man. Make TV, have fun. Like, if you're the salmon ladder guy and you just start going up the salmon ladder willy-nilly, like, get the heck out of here, you know? Like, you made your bed, own it, do your thing.
Exactly.
That's it. Yep. Some people make their beds, and I'm like, please no horse abs or anything, you know? but you know, or bouncing,
left, right,
you know,
double.
yeah, like, you know, maybe move on from your bed at that point. But this one's all good. You know, it shows off his athletic prowess. It's fun. It's really cool, you know? So it bit him in the butt. It was kind of ironic, but hey, he went for it, and I can't complain at all. That said, man, I don't know, that video, he was doing some crazy cool stuff. I kind of want to see him do, like, one of the other things. He did this crazy transition where he was doing, like, this parkour flip, and, like, it was flipping all around, and then, like, in one single swing, he, like, swung, like, the bar over to, like, the other salmon ladder side. Like, that was dope. Obviously, I don't see him doing the one-handed salmon ladders on the course, because that's a little crazy, but hey, I don't know, man. Make it fun. I'm curious what he's going to do next year.
Yeah, I think that one was a good choice, even though it didn't work out for him. I think that's one that's a little more standard, one you could probably get down fairly well.
Yeah.
Nerves and exhaustion and, you know, time of night may have played a part. But, yeah, I'm sure he can do it next time. Then it'll be a big thing, right? Can he do it this year? It'll give us a good story for next year.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean, like, if he does that, he's getting on TV. And he's going to be known. It'll be like a Kevin Bull moment or whatever. Well, I wouldn't put it that far, but it's a highlight reel, you know?
Yeah. After him, we had Abby Clark, special ed teacher, the only finisher from qualifying, the only female finisher, from qualifying, whose dad is a professional golfer.
I totally forgot she was the only finisher, like female finisher, you know?
Really? Because that was the big thing for me, as I thought, is she going to be consistent? Will she maintain against Meagan in the finals? And she did hold her own. She did really well.
Yeah. I'm really impressed with her. She's one of the rookies. I think she's a rookie. She's one of the competitors that I see her having a very good second year. I think she's going to do, I think she went to Vegas, right? She's going to Vegas?
Yeah. She ended up in second. She did struggle in the wall this time again, and unfortunately wasn't able to miss it. I mean, all that time she had between the qualifiers and the finals, I'm surprised she didn't get all that training in. She did.
All 20 hours or so, right?
Right.
Yeah, like, I don't necessarily see her completing stage 1 in Vegas, to be honest with you, this year, but I see her having a very, very strong second year.
Yeah, I'd like to see her get a milestone, get through the jumping spider, for example, would be a really great way to put her mark on her rookie season.
Yeah.
After her, oh my God, I was so excited. Black Jules, Julius Ferguson was on the course.
Dude, this was awesome. Black Jules, he's so good, but not just that. This video package was really good. Like, he showed a lot of personality. He was fun. I was like, man, we got a star here. And it was clear. He trains at Drew Dreschel. It was Drew Dreschel's gym, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he trains with Drew Dreschel, like, very good team and everything. Like, I was like, here we go. Star-making performance. Got the personality and everything. Very good. Very glad to see his passion and everything. But I gotta be honest with you, I was kind of let down when it came to his run. Dude showed zero personality. I know he was very focused, but at a certain point, you got to show something.
I think you can see the nerves on his face, right? So Black Jules is a big sport of the podcast. Thank you so much, Julius. I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope you're still listening. But yeah, he was swinging in circles and really struggling on the rings. I think he just got kind of thrown off. I think nerves were playing a part.
I can imagine, man, right? Like, everybody takes, like, differently, Like, some people get very nervous in front of crowds and things like that. Who knows? Spotlight's on you. Whew. I remember, like, when the spotlight was on me, it becomes a blur. But I feel like at least, it not necessarily him, but, like, if they're going to show the buildup in the run and everything like that. I felt like the announcers really had to work extra time to be like big, because every single time he would struggle and it'd be this like huge hurrah, no reaction.
Yeah, like he should have celebrated.
Like,
so when he just missed the water coming off the battering ram, he should have gotten up like and like, you know, wiped his forehead and like really played up the like, wow, that was close.
Well, not even it doesn't have to even be played up, man. It just has to be like genuine, I guess. And maybe this is genuine, but it's like it was almost too focused where I don't know how to describe it. It's just blankness, like just blank slate. And sometimes it's good seeing somebody at the top of their craft doing that, you know? Like Drew Dreshel's earned that or something like that. But I'm not really disregarding him, but necessarily the placement of showing this run, I feel like did a disservice for everything we saw in the video package. And by the fact that I've seen so much personality from him and everything, I just know he's got a lot to show. So if there is one thing, if he's listening and everything, to take from this run, dude, calm down, have some fun, show off that amazing personality that you got. You could be a star. Like, really, that video package, he's got everything to be a star.
Yep, totally agree. He made it to the last board of the hinge, but he ended up sliding off. So I believe he's coaching at New Era Ninjas. So, I mean, you can only expect him to get a lot stronger over the next year and see how he does. But next on the course was Danny Bergstrom, son of Jason Bergstrom, another ninja, one of 9 kids. This is the guy that was 250 pounds last year.
Yeah.
In the audience. And a year later, here he is, like, shed all this weight and did amazing on the course. Like, way better than I expected after, you know, I should have figured it's the finals, right? Obviously, he did well in the qualifiers. But to go from being even bigger than I am to running the course the next year, and he beats the hinge, like, he made it to the Iron Maiden. That is really seriously impressive.
No, this guy fully committed. He went 100% in, and we saw the video and everything. First of all, Danny Bergstrom?
Yeah, and I just noticed he made it to Vegas, too.
Yeah, so Danny Bergstrom, you get the visually profound video edit of the night. Congratulations. That was really impressive. Just not only his like body transformation, his story was amazing. He gave some background of like him being adopted, you know, from into the family and everybody loving him. His connection with his father, which was beautiful. And you know, his run really was something of passion, but really talent too. Like, this kid is very strong, and I don't know, I can see him becoming very, very, like, you know, a major player in the sport later on, just by the fact that, I don't know, he was very fluid for his size and everything. He's a big dude. Like, I'm not talking about, like, fat, like, wide, just, like, tall. He's a big dude.
He's like Grant McCartney big. Like, he's a bigger, solid guy.
But hey, he was moving like with good grace and flow. I mean, good on him. And as you said, he made it to Vegas. Like, I don't necessarily think he's going to get far in Vegas, but I'm excited for him. I know things like these are big wins, and it's only going to really emphasize, you know, him moving forward. Good on him, man.
Yeah. And after him, we had Jake Murray, our good friend Jake Murray.
Woo-woo.
Had a little segment of him growing up in South Dakota, kind of being the oddball skateboarder. Very solid, very serious run from Jake this time around. Not being the odd goofball that we're used to, but I don't blame him. You know, you want to have that redemption year, and I'm counting on him for my ANW fantasy team. So I was so happy when he beat the Iron Maiden and beat the whole course. I was like, yes, that's exactly what I expected from him this year, and expecting a whole lot more in Vegas.
Yeah, good on him, man. It's like we've been talking about it all year. You know, this is the redemption year for Jake Murray. He's looked so strong in basically everything that he's been doing, and he's killing it on this course. And I'm really excited to see what he's got in Vegas, because I don't know, I can see him going very, very far. I mean, man, I'm just excited for him. Good on him. I don't have much to say because I was smiling like from ear to ear watching him. I was very happy for him.
Yeah, it was so peaceful and perfect that there was not a whole lot you can add to it. It's just a great run.
Yeah. graceful, but pleasant family too, man. I kind of like the video package. It wasn't like, oh, we need the full story, but it was cute.
Yeah, a little bit of videos of him younger with the crazy hair and the skateboarding around and stuff. That was good. Yeah, that's a nice, pleasant package.
That's
not too heavy, not too. What's that?
Sorry, that was a soundbite. I'm just saying.
All right.
Go listen back.
So I'll have to listen back now. I don't know what I said. But yeah, so moving on, we've got Austin Gray, who got fast forwarded. That he was the rookie who gave his kidney to a friend, failed the warp wall in the qualifiers, but was able to make it this time, and ended up falling on the Iron Maiden like so many others. But Austin is a great up and coming ninja we got to keep an eye on.
Yeah, good for him.
But the next to take the course for a full run that we saw was mid-run anyway, Michael Torres, looking really strong, no problems. Michael is one of those guys. He's in the Nicholas Coolidge, Andy Lowe's group of not getting shown a whole lot, unfortunately, for being one of the stronger ninjas.
Hey, he got more airtime than either of those two got in the past, 3 years, so.
Right, so I was very happy for him to get some showtime here. He ended up falling on the last board of the hinge, which was basically just a setup for him being on the bubble later on.
Yeah, but it sucks, man, because, he's one of those young rookies that I really see a lot of things from. Also, we got to talk about it. This dude's body transformation, this dude is yoked, man.
He's pretty big.
Yeah, I don't remember him being that. This dude's been lifting. Let's just say that. This dude's been lifting. Good on him. He looks super strong. And, we'll talk about it later, but I feel bad for him. And just, we'll talk about it later. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we'll cover it when we get to that part. But after him, we had Andrew Ruyori, whose dog Angus passed away, unfortunately. And he was ninja training his new dog. Very cute little segment of watching a dog trying to run ninja obstacles and hitting a buzzer. I think that guy knows what his selling point is, and he plays it well. I was really appreciative of that.
Yep.
He ended up missing the ring and the sky hooks. That was a very shocking fall. Unfortunately, Ruyori going out early this year.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Every once in a while, we want a somebody falling early that just shocks us, right? But sucks.
Yeah. And then we had a nice picture-in-picture run, or as we call it, we're going to start calling it the 9th obstacle run for Sean Darling Hammond.
I was counting. I was like, this is the week. Let's see. Is it going to be a thing fully, or are they going to change things up? Nope. Dude, you're onto something there. It is the 9th obstacle run.
Yeah. Not much of a shocker. He made it to Iron Maiden. I don't know. It's just not the same without the commentary. I actually did skip ahead a little bit just because I knew where he was going anyway, so I did a couple skips. Yep, there he goes. I
low-key did the same. I have to admit, guys, I'm sorry, but, as Rich said, just all these sentiments you said, and it's I was just curious if it was going to be the 9th obstacle, and it was. Yep. That said, look, Sean Darling Hammond is one of those competitors that we know his name, we've seen him, but he's not like a Grant McCartney where all the kids are going to be like, I need to see him, And it's nice at least that they show him, I guess, without audio.
And next up we had Sarah Heeson, Beeston Heeson. Looking really good on the course, but she was struggling on the batting ram, and she fell in the second ram. Yet again, not quite able to do it, but I didn't imagine that was going to hold up, but there was some question. I was like, Meagan didn't beat the batting ram either, so it'll be about time maybe. But with Meagan, you kind of figure you'll fool me once with her, but she's not going to miss it a second time.
Yeah, there's just certain competitors. If you're limited to 2, it's who's going to take the second place or be the other one, right? When it comes to I don't know, Shel Warnke, Alyssa Beard, Megan Martin, Jesse Graff, Flex Lebrecht, all right, who's going to be the other one?
Next to take the course was Lance Pekus, the Cowboy Ninja, spokesperson for the National Beef Council. I am thinking there are a few ninjas and at least one other podcaster who's going to take some issue with the beef thing. A lot of vegans in the ninja community.
I was kind of thinking that, man, because like talk about a community that's like, see, I don't know, it's whatever. But hey, that makes sense for Lance Pekus. Also, National Beef Council, so it's NBC also. Like, is there
I didn't even notice
some cross-pollination or something? I don't even know. But, like, I don't know. It screams Lance Pekus. I love it. I know, some people might have issues with the whole beef part of it, I guess. But, hey, he's a rancher. I mean, he loves with animals, too. I'm sure he loves his animals and all the things. Anyways, I'm glad that we, get an update with him and his family, and it's not, overwrought. Once again, they could have easily gone right back into where it was last year, where it's all sad music and everything. But hey, they changed some things up. They remind you about his wife, give a mild update, but kind of get an update on Lance Pekus proper, about what's going on in his life. And I don't know, I appreciate that.
Perfect package, I thought. They were able to show him. I think you said it all very well, right? So she's there this year. She's doing a little bit better. That's great to know. And he looked great on the course. A little bit of struggle on the hinge, but he's able to get through. Fell in the descent of the Iron Maiden, as we saw a number of competitors do. But Lance is looking good again.
Yeah, he's looking good, man. And once again, very fast. Like, it always shocks me every time he runs. I'm like, this dude is really fast. Like, he is not slowing down.
This is like the 10th time you've been surprised by how fast and good he is.
It's like shame on me, man. Like, I should know it by now. I really should. But it still, like, blows my mind because his body type, like, I don't know. He's got the body type of, like, a wrestler, He's, like, shorter. He's a bigger dude, like, not fat, but, like, muscle upon muscle. And it just, people like that aren't necessarily, like, speed demons. But yet, he finds a way. I don't know, man. Good on him.
Yeah. We had some fast forwards next. We had Drew and Dalton Knopp. Get fast forwarded. Drew going out on Iron Maiden and Dalton on the hinge.
So I gotta say, still to this day, I really want to see, I think Drew's the younger brother. I really want to see his story in Full Run and everything. I think there's a lot to be shown there. I thought
we got one from him, didn't we?
We did, but I really want to see more. I'm very intrigued with that story and his, his transformation, similar to what we saw with the Bernstroms, I think is the name, or the family. Right. This guy really came like a long way to competing now, and he's going far also. And that dynamic with him and his brother, I just think there's a lot to be put on the table. And hey, no biggie. Like, maybe they're going to do better next year and they can show it then. But I'm just saying, there's a lot to be shown there, and I'm genuinely interested in that.
Well, Drew is going on to Vegas. Dalton, unfortunately, didn't make it this year, but we will get to see Drew next week, the week after.
Gotcha. So Dalton is the younger brother, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
We also had Ian Dory fast forwarded in his 5th straight City Finals buzzer. That guy is unstoppable in City Finals.
Dude, Ian is the one. He's there, right? And everybody knows he's strong, but I feel like he's kind of getting overshadowed in the pack, right? And this dude, I mean, don't forget, year after year, he was making it to the 3rd stage. I mean, I don't know. I think if there's one of the few people that you can see completing the entire thing, he's in there. I could see him easily doing stage 3 and 4. At this point, honestly, you beat stage 3. Whoever's doing it can beat stage 4. I'm curious to see if we see somebody fail stage 4 at its incarnation right now.
Well, I feel like stage 4 doesn't get its due, right? It is. It
When's
was
the
very
last time you
difficult
saw somebody fail it, though? Like,
but
they do it in
nobody gets to it.
Yeah, but they do it in, like, the USA versus the world thing, right? When's the last time you saw anybody fail at that?
But they give them they give them more time, or they just time them and they have to beat each other in the USA versus world. They don't beat the time. The people that do it in USA versus world wouldn't have won the $1 million. They don't do it fast enough.
I don't know. I have to look back. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, man.
Yeah, like, even Isaac never got that kind of time when he was doing it. But when there's $1 million at stake, you hustle your butt up the rope.
Yeah, for real. Dude, could you imagine, like, finally Juju Eshel or Joe Moravsky make it to stage 4 and they fail. That
I
has
wanna
got to be
see
the
some
ultimate
failures.
heartbreak.
I want to see some people fail stage 4. It's been driving me crazy. I was like, that was what I expected to see in season 7 when the two guys are going to like, all right, we'll see a couple failures in stage 4. Maybe next year we'll get somebody that'll finish it. And I expect both of them to finish it and then never have anybody hit stage 4 again.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, it's not fair to draw too many comparisons to Ultimate Beastmaster, but let's just say when it comes to the final stage, Ultimate Beastmaster is doing some things that American Ninja Warrior can learn from. I don't find a rope climb to be all that entertaining.
Well, here's the problem, though. Every time they change something, people lose their minds.
Oh, who cares? If you lose your mind about stage 4, we've seen it once. Or twice, I should say, with 2 runs. Like, get over yourselves.
But that's the thing, right? So it is a staple. It's iconic. It is so much a big part of, not necessarily rope climb. I know they've switched it up in Sasuke before. But having a climb of some kind to the top of Mount Midoriyama being the grand finale, there's just not a whole lot of ways you can make that very entertaining.
Hey, that's great. Make it a climb. Just add something to it, man. Make it like a 20-rung salmon ladder before you start climbing up the rope. That sounds awful now I think about it. I'm sure Million Ninja Warriors are like, no, do not do that. But I'm just saying, do something. I don't know. Who cares?
Change it up a little bit.
We'll get to it if somebody like actually reaches stage 4, but I just feel like you go through all of stage 1 through 3, and then you get to a rope climb. Rant over. Side note over. Okay.
Yeah, let's move on here. Tyler Gillette and his mom were next. His mom being in the training video that he was going through, which was a very cute little segment.
I like this.
I liked it. It was really, really good. And Tyler looked great. He was able to beat the hinge easily, so he was going back to Vegas and fell in the descent of the Iron Maiden like so many others.
Yeah, but, Tyler Gillette, I feel like last year he really made a star of himself. We all remember him crying, so passionate, so happy. And I don't know. I just genuinely want good things for this guy. And I'm very happy that he made it to Vegas.
We had a couple fast forwards next. We had Sarah Schoback, whose foot hit the water on the sky hooks. Like,
no.
We were in Sarah's hometown. She was like all primed to be like the big star here. And unfortunately, just a little slip up cuts her season short.
That sucks.
Actually, had a couple more big names here. We had Carson Voiles get fast forward, who fell in the Iron Maiden. And Eric Middleton, your favorite, the Bug Ninja, fell on the Iron Maiden as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It was funny. So he had, the bed and everything. He fails. What does he get? A little, like, popsicle with a bug in it. But, like, it's like... Or not even popsicle, lollipop. It's like he's not even going to taste the bug until like 30 minutes later. And I don't know. Let's just say he got the better end of the deal.
Well, that's the thing. He went smaller hoping that he could convince Christine to do it, but still wasn't having it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Dude, well, we got the answer, right? We were wondering if Christine was going to do it. That is a big no for her.
Nope. And then next we have the very musically inclined Joe Moravsky.
Where did this come from?
This is them getting desperate for what to talk about with Joe. That's what this is.
For real, though. Like, I don't know. I was like, okay. But also, like, I didn't know he could sing. I mean, hey.
Yes, we've seen him do it one time before. I can't remember when. But when I saw him sing or heard him sing, I was like, I've heard him sing somewhere on YouTube or somewhere. And he was pretty good. Like, he's actually got a good voice.
Yeah, he's good. I don't know about, what was he talking about, him becoming like a pop star or something? I'm like, stick to your day job, bro. But, like, hey, better singer than me.
Singing at your old high school is a perfectly good use of your voice.
Yeah. Did we need, like the 2 minutes that we got of it? I mean, it's whatever. They need something, right? It's better than him... I hate to make light of it, but it's better than him befriending some kid and them becoming best friends and blah, 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 So, hey, it's something.
I liked how salty he still is about the 18-foot wall.
Of all the people, he'd be the one.
Yeah, he is not letting it go. He's passing by it. He's patting it. He's just like, just just not gonna let it go anytime soon.
Dude, he's gonna be beating himself up for a year. Like, if he wins the $1 million, he's still gonna be like, I should have got that damn mega wall.
I almost wonder, like, if he was blaming the conditions or something else there. There's something about the way he said, like, I should have had it or something.
Well, remember, he was blaming his shoes or something like that.
He threw his shoes, didn't he, or something?
Yeah, man. He was...
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so he ended up beating the Iron Maiden. Not really all that surprising. Clock comes up, and fastest time, of course.
Yeah. I mean, that didn't shock me. What shocked me more is what happened at the end of the episode. But good on him. I mean, he's Joe Moravsky. Everybody's got him in the fantasy leagues. Everybody expects the most of him. He's going to do great. Very much could be his year. As long as he doesn't blame his shoes. You know, get better shoes, Joe, I guess.
I was like, my daughter came in at that point, and she's like, why are you so into this? I said, because this is the last person on Bijan's ANW team running to beat the time of my number one ANW fantasy guy.
Oh, you had John Alexis Jr., huh?
I had Jake Murray, who had the only finish at that point. And then I was like, who's going to do better this episode, Jake or Joe? And then I see Joe get the fast time. I'm like, you son of a...
Hey,
but it didn't matter
I
in
put
the
fantasy
end.
Towards Vegas. I mean, it's all... Everybody's going to do well. I just wait till Vegas.
And it didn't matter anyway because this is when I was like, John Alexis Jr.'s last? Question mark. That was a dead giveaway, really.
Yeah.
We had a couple fast forwards. Hunter Gerard, who went out on Iron Maiden, and Jonathan Stevens in the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Egregious freaking skip of all time.
Like, why, man? Like, in an episode where, like, nobody finishes the course, like, you're going to skip one of the finishers? Why?
It makes no sense. This guy, we checked back. I don't have any notes on him from the qualifier. Don't know who the guy is. And he finished the course that only Joe and Jake Murray were able to do. Give the guy some time. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I was thinking, man, like, to my girlfriend, I was like, imagine this is your first year. You're so excited. You make it to the finals, and then you beat the finals course. Something that, you know, only 4 people do out of, 100 and something people, right? And then you aren't even, like, you get as much screen time on this show that I did. Think about that. It's just like, I feel so bad for this guy, man. And it's like, what did he do? He's the new Andrew Lowe's. You want to find a new Andrew Lowe's and Nicholas Cords. This is the dude. He
set a new like, he a whole new level. This he might be up for the Stealthiest Ninja Award for this one.
Yeah, seriously. Stealthiest Ninja Award, if people are like, who? Then we chose the people right.
Right. So that left Michael Torres on the bubble as John Alexis Jr. takes the course. And never more clear.
Hey, what about Meagan Martin, man?
What happened? How did I skip? We can circle back here.
I was like, what?
How did I manage that? I went with... okay. Anyway, so Meagan Martin, I think it's because I already mentioned the lack of height made me think she wasn't going to beat it, and it seemed to be true. She did get onto the back half, beat the hinge, and fell in the descent of Iron Maiden. Yeah, pretty much how I expected it to go. Once they didn't overhype her, I was like, well, she's not finishing the course, but I can't see her not going to the back of this one. Mm-hmm. I didn't think the hinge would give her much issue, so Iron Maiden seemed about the right place.
You know, I really didn't catch that in the edit, enough, and I was like, oh, she's got a chance, because in terms of her attributes, I mean, she's got all the talent in the world to do the Iron Maiden and everything else. I was really looking forward to her. I was like, oh my god, she's got it halfway through the Iron Maiden. I was like, yes, she's gonna do it. Then she falls, and it's I understand. That Iron Maiden, it looks awful to do. But good on her, and just another woman that, breaches the 9th obstacle, just can't get that final push. Oh, I thought we had it. I thought she was going to be the one.
Yeah, we've only had 2 even attempt the 10th obstacle, right? Jesse's the only one besides Casey.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the final run here. John Alexis Jr. had really good speed. Makes it through and just knocked out Michael Torres. it was a weird segment. Like Barclay's on the sidelines consoling Michael through it. I don't know. It was just odd. And then they show it. It's such a minor thing, and it really doesn't matter. But sometimes the minor things get under my skin more than the bigger things. Michael fell on the hinge. So once John Alexis Jr. touched the hinge, Michael was done, right? His time was faster because he didn't complete that one, right? So last one he completed was a salmon ladder.
But did they say that? I mean, they're trying to...
No, not until after he beat the hinge. They said, oh, and with that, Michael was like, no. When he touched the hinge, he was out.
But I could see it. They're trying to create drama for people at home, you know? Like, because they do the thing where they cut off the time and it's like, oh, did he make it in time and blah, blah, blah. I get it. More so for me, and I appreciate this, is the fact that they show Michael Torres, and it's like between Michael Torres and John Alexis Jr. Two people, if you're a fan of this show, knows who they are, and you don't want either to like not make it to Vegas, but somebody's, you know, not going to Vegas, and it amped up the stakes. You know, it did have stakes, and the fact that we see, you know, Michael Torres crestfallen, you know, just break down and people consoling him. I mean, that really makes a lot of the drama to the run. I mean, as much as I remember John Alexis Jr.'s run, I remember Michael Torres's reaction to not making it to Vegas. And I don't know. I appreciate that vulnerability and showing that emotion.
Yeah, maybe I'm probably being too harsh. I don't know. It didn't get me as much as you would think it would, I guess. I mean, I felt bad for Michael, obviously, and I don't know. I think I didn't appreciate them cutting to him over and over again. Like leave him alone, basically. I think was kind of what was going through my head. Like, why are we doing this? Like, it's from John's perspective, he's watching back his run with his family and is like, oh yeah, look how you crushed this guy's dreams as your big finale for the evening. It's just,
oh man,
it's not a good spirit, I think, right? Like, show Michael's disappointment briefly, but not keep cutting back and keep cutting back. It seemed like they did it more than usual.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd see both sides to it. I feel like they probably wouldn't have cut back more to it if they didn't, like, you know, in hindsight, they see his reaction and that led up to it. So I see both sides. Yeah, kind of sucks for John Alexis for, you know, like, oh, it crushes dreams. But really, for viewers at home, I understand they wanted to see that reaction. It's better than Michael Torres just throwing up his hands and being like, oh, well, I'll be back next year. You know, like, I don't know. I like emotion.
Well, looking at the list of people moving on, the one that we didn't mention was Mike Myers in 6th place.
Wow. So, they switched up Mike Myers, man. New another Lowe's, huh?
Yeah. No fast forward, no nothing.
That sucks. Mike's dope, man.
Yeah.
So next week is going to be the Stage 1 finals. You know, is there anything you're really looking forward to? Like, is it new obstacles, a certain competitor that you're looking out for? Like, what do you want to see next week?
It's Stage 1. So, I mean, they'll do like usually they do 2 weeks of Stage 1. So I'm looking for at least one woman to complete Stage 1 in the first week. That'll make me feel really good about going into week 2.
Okay.
Because otherwise I'm going to be anxious about that. I want to see one of the Jessies, let's say that specifically, one of the Jessies beat Stage 1.
Out of the two Jessies, which one do you think's going to make it? Or do you see both?
I see both doing it quite, not easily is overstating it, but I couldn't even put one over the other. I think they both have equal chance to do it.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting because I don't see them hyping up Jessie Graff as often. So I'm like, does she fall in Stage 1? But I don't know, man. Last 2 years, she's been so strong. Like, the final obstacle, right, is her Achilles heel. And I just don't see her making that mistake again. Yeah, I kind of see both making it. I see Alyssa Beard making it again easily. Like, I do think we're going to have multiple women completing Stage 1. I think we're past that threshold is, like, will a woman complete Stage 1? I think now it's, like, will a woman complete Stage 2, you know? And, yeah, if anything, I'm really looking forward to seeing new obstacles that kind of have that fun transition spot. Kind of like that double dipper from last year. It was just so cool. Like, it was a really cool looking obstacle. I'm just very curious to see if they have anything like that this year. Other than that, I mean, who knows what we're going to see. I'm sure we're going to get quite a lot of really surprising falls, but I'm actually expecting, similar to last year, a whole lot of people making it to stage 2. In stage 2 and 3, just taking out everybody, right? But I think that's kind of what they're aiming for now, where stage 1 will take out maybe 2/3 to 3/4 of the field, and then the rest move on.
I'm going to predict a small number of stage 1 completions this year.
Oh, boy.
I think by comparison,
Yeah.
like, I think there was too many last year. I think they're going to overcompensate this year to try to make sure it doesn't happen again. There was just so many last year.
Yeah, good point. Another thing I'm going to look forward to is seeing if I forget if they're called archer steps or something like that, but those, the first obstacle in the finals. Yeah. Once again, I've been hinting, very different from the things that people were preparing for. I'm very curious to see if the one that, the original form of that is going to come out in Vegas. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. And one thing I haven't mentioned yet, I don't believe, with the Stage 5 Ninja Awards, after the season is over, we will be having our award show again. We will be having Male Ninja and Female Ninja of the Year. Fan Choice Awards, I should say. Fan chosen. So we will have one chosen by a group of, what do I say? A group of super fans, our committee, our whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's like, do we call each other experts? It's like,
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know about that. Yeah,
but we're not. I don't know. We're more than super fans. We'll think of a term, but
right. I think we called them the
influencers or something.
The Academy last year or something.
Yeah, let's stick with the Academy. I like that. It's prestigious. I feel like I should wear a suit.
Right. So we will have a male and female ninja of the year, but we will also set aside this year, we will have voting, so you can pick your own. So keep that in mind when you're watching the episodes, who stands out to you, because you will have a chance to vote, and we'll give more details than that.
Very good point. Yes. Keep an eye out for a lot of things, there's a lot of categories that we're going to be hitting that you probably are going to have a lot of thoughts on, like best obstacle, craziest fall. Like Rich has all the categories. I don't want to name one that isn't going to be featured, but yeah, there's going to be quite a few things that is going to be really fun to talk about at the end of the season.
Right. We'll start sending out more information here soon. So make sure you follow me on Twitter, and to see that is @Ninja Podcast, which is also on Instagram. You can email me at rich@ninjapodcast.com. And Bijan, how can they reach you?
Yeah. Hit me up at Twitter and Instagram at Bijan151. That is BIJAN151.
All right. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a fantastic week.
Peace and love, y'all.